Can we truly call it a tragedy when a pitcher blessed with a 97-mile-per-hour average fastball, a weapon that held major league hitters to a microscopic 130 batting average last season, remains unsigned, adrift in the brutal waters of free agency as spring training looms? What invisible fear, what haunting echo of past injuries is powerful enough to make general managers ignore a talent that, at its peak, is undeniably top-tier relief material? We aren't discussing minor risks. We are dissecting a high-stakes lottery ticket, the future of Michael Kopech. And the team that lands him will either secure a championship cornerstone or face catastrophic regret. Welcome back to 609 True News, where we dive headfirst into the high-risk, high-reward calculus of the MLB market, exploring why a potential closer like Kopech is languishing, a forgotten artifact of the offseason shuffle. The story of Michael Kopech is one defined by catastrophic timing, a cruel narrative twist that saw him transition from being a critical piece of a World Series run after his mid-season trade to the Dodgers to a cautionary tale on the open market, all because of a persistent, nagging knee injury. He was electric in his brief appearances, logging a 2.45 ERA in limited duty, fulfilling those crucial late-inning roles. Yet the scarcity of his appearances, just 14 games, has left a void, allowing skepticism to fester. As the official MLB site pointed out, his potential is staggering. He stands shoulder to shoulder with the elite of the game when he's right. That average fastball velocity of 156.91 kilometers per hour, which translates roughly to 97.5 miles per hour, isn't just fast, it's heavy. It's the kind of velocity that snaps bats and induces weak contact, a testament to raw, almost supernatural athleticism. The data screams superstar, but the GMs are covering their ears. Many pundits are quick to dismiss Kopech, pointing to the obvious, the command issues, the chronic knee troubles, and the simple reality that the relief market is currently flooded. They hide behind the safe blanket statement, "There are plenty of arms out there." And they highlight the fact that the Dodgers, a team who knows Kopech intimately, signed Edwin Diaz, effectively shutting the door on a full return for Michael. This is where we must draw a line and refute that lazy assessment. Analyst Daisuke Higa articulated this perfectly when he recently stated, "To categorize Kopech as just another reliever is an insult to the art of the 100-mile pitch." Most pitchers, even when fully healthy, are merely average. Kopech, when healthy, is unhittable. That is the critical difference. The common counter-argument is that if healthy is the biggest condition in baseball, a phrase that could make even a bench warmer like Miguel Cabrera look desirable again. But Kopech's floor, even in a slightly restricted state, is still a high-leverage reliever with swing-and-miss stuff. When he's dialed in, his ability to locate that heater means hitters see a near vertical plane break that they simply cannot prepare for, leading to a truly elite strikeout-to-walk ratio when his control is clicking. The market saturation is real, though, creating a depressing holding pattern for players like Kopech. Think about it. Teams can sign a reliable, if unspectacular reliever for $3 million. Or they can roll the dice on Kopech for an estimated $7 million, the rumored price tag, and risk him spending half the year in the IL. This calculation is what paralyzes front offices. However, that $7 million figure, in the context of his ceiling, represents one of the biggest bargains in baseball. As former pitching coach Ray Perez argued passionately, if you can sign Kopech for under $8 million, you're not signing a reliever, you're signing a potential closer who can lock down the ninth inning, instantly improving your bullpen by 20%. His upside is exponentially higher than that of 4 $2 million relief arms combined. Yes, the control vanishes sometimes. He walks a tightrope. But when he's throwing strikes, batters record a batting average against him that is below the Mendoza line. You buy the upside, you manage the risk. The conflict comes to a head as we realize the ultimate fear. Kopech's career trajectory is hanging on whether a team sees him as an investment in elite velocity or a gamble on chronic injury. He's stuck in the middle, a talent too good to be ignored but too inconsistent to be prioritized. The plot twist that none of his fans want to consider, yet which is becoming increasingly plausible given the stagnant market, is the desperate route, a mid-season flight to Asia. A temporary detour to the NPB could serve as a perfect rehabilitation phase, allowing him to pitch in a high-pressure environment without the constant draining media spotlight and intensity of a full MLB season, proving his health and rebuilding his command consistency without the burden of constant scrutiny. This would be a devastating loss for Major League Baseball, the kind of dominant presence that electrifies the late innings, banished overseas simply because of poor timing and excessive caution from GMs. We need Kopech in the States. We need that overpowering speed. The romance, the sheer excitement he brings when he steps onto the mound is irreplaceable. He is the definition of a high-ceiling player, the type that can single-handedly win a 5-game series. It is this sheer, unadulterated ability that fuels the hope and the heartbreak. We are rooting for the player who has suffered the worst luck imaginable, the one whose brilliance is only obscured by orthopedic bad timing. We are waiting, on the edge of our seats, for the announcement that will define his next chapter. Where does this lightning bolt of an athlete finally land, and which team will be brave enough to unlock his immense, buried potential? The clock is ticking, and every day Kopech remains unsigned, the less likely it is that we will see his brilliance shine brightly this season. What team do you think should take the calculated risk and secure Kopech's services for the coming season, embracing the gamble for the sake of elite performance? Let us know in the comments below. Don't let this narrative disappear into the off-season noise. Like, share, and subscribe to 609 True News for more passionate deep dives into the baseball world's most compelling untold stories.